Okay.
Okay, we're going to be here boxing Bants, and I'm here with David Rajuili from Boxing Ireland Promotions. First of all, David, how's life over there in Germany?
Everything is going well here. I've adapted to living here, adapted to the people, adapted to the training. Very different training to what I'm used to in South Africa. So everything is going well. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think with every new journey, you find new ways to enjoy the paths, you know. So it's going very good, thank you.
When did you decide to move to Germany, and why did you make that decision?
The whole move to Germany was based on... hello?
Yeah.
Are you there? Yes.
Yeah.
The whole move to Germany was based on, firstly, after my WBF Africa title fight, I had some sponsors from the Netherlands. They will be there at the fight now against Declan. They saw me fight for the WBF All Africa title, which I won. And they had decided that they would rather have me fight in Europe. So they started the process of moving me over to Europe. At first, we had to move over to Sean Cruel. I'm sure you guys know him from Fight Factory, Manchester. I signed with him for a 2-year contract. And the first move was originally to move to Manchester, to box out of Manchester. That didn't go so well in terms of visas and everything. So I ended up going to the Netherlands to box there. And then my wife is German, and I got married in Germany. So we actually decided, you know, I will stay here in Germany with my wife. And we looked for gyms around here, and we found Dominic, and we decided not to do the whole thing with moving to the UK, and we stuck with Dominic.
Yeah, and when I originally heard that you'd signed for Boxing Ireland, it was kind of out of the blue, because pretty much all of their boxers are based here in Ireland, are Irish or from a background, either the Irish passport or whatever it is. But how did it come about that you signed Boxing Ireland? Am I right, you signed through Jade Karam?
Yes. So with that, a good friend of mine, Jade Karam, I'm sure you guys all know him. Me and Jade used to box together in amateurs. We were actually in different camps. I was at the Lovers Gym. He was with Anton Gilmore. And I was searching around for promoters and matchmakers, because I found myself as a needle in a haystack. Been in Europe, no one knows me, no promoters and stuff like that. And I reached out to Jade, and I asked Jade, does he know anyone that could help me continue with my boxing career, you know? And he straight away, he said, you know, he knows some good guys. He's going to give them a ring. He'll speak to them. But, you know, he's got a good feeling that Stephen would be interested in me because of my fighting and all. And yeah, after that, I was in contact with Stephen, and from there, everything just got rolling. So it was Jade. Jade played a big part in signing me with Stephen and Irish Boxing Promotions.
It's been since 2018 since you last fought. How frustrating has it been for you, as well as COVID, waiting to finally get a fight day?
Yeah, like I said, so my last fight was October 2018. From there, I didn't really stop training. Like, I went to Holland, started training there, and we always thought the fights will come. From an amateur background, we always thought is always stay ready, always be prepared. The phone can ring at any time. So that is my mindset since 8 years old, you know, is always keep being on the road, be in the gym at all times. Your time will come, your time will come. So it's just been a long training camp, you could say. It's been 3 years just training. I've been to 2 different trainers. I was at Henny, Haymaker in Amsterdam for a year before I came to Dominic, and he taught me a lot. And I signed with Netherlands Boxing Board. Didn't get a fight there. And then when I came through to Germany, I've been with Dominic. We've been training now for 2 years. But also, while I've been with Dominic, it's been training, keeping ready for a fight, because the phone can ring at any time. So, yeah, it's been, we could say, in a way, frustrating, but also exciting, because you just see yourself getting stronger, getting better, getting all this knowledge from all these different trainers, and seeing it being applied to you, you just see yourself growing and maturing as a fighter. And I feel that's been my motivation. That's been my, that's what's been keeping me going. So it hasn't been really like, for me, it's been very exciting. I've been getting better. I've been getting stronger. I'm a whole different fighter to what people would be watching on YouTube and seeing the past fights. It's completely different, so yeah, it's exciting.
When you've originally signed Boxing Ireland, was your mindset ready on fighting Irish boxers in Ireland, or were you thinking that Boxing Ireland were going to get you shows abroad?
When I signed with the Boxing Ireland, I said to Stephen that I'm ready to fight anybody, and they did say I would fight the Irish. As a young lad growing up, that was my top, was to fight an Irish, a Cuban, a Brit, and an American fighter. Those have been my goals. So once they said you would be getting in fights with the Irish fighters, I was like, yo, this is what I've been waiting for. This is like a dream come true. I've always wanted to fight with the Irish, because for me, they are one of the strongest, and they bring the fight to, where if you have to say fighter, you talk about the Irish, because they are true fighters, So once I knew that I'll be mixing it up with the Irish, it just got me more excited to say that I'll be actually mixing it up with the best in the world, So it was good news, and yeah, I was very excited, and I'm still very looking forward to fighting not just Declan, but a few of top Irish fighters, and also making a name in Ireland for myself and for Iron Boxing Promotions.
Mm-hmm. How surprised were you about this particular fight, fighting Declan Geraghty, but not only fighting Declan, you're fighting Declan in Czech Republic, and it's for a UBO world title. Like, how surprised were you when you got the call?
Not really surprised, because at first I wanted to fight Jonathan Patrick. I was calling him out, and that's another story on its own. But I pressurized Stephen to say, listen, I really need to fight. I really need to fight. I'll fight anybody, And when he said, okay, we've got a fight for you, the guy's name is Declan, I had a look at his record, and I was like, okay, this looks like an even fight. It looks like it could be a good fight. It's even better than a Jonathan Patrick fight. Mm-hmm. And then I got told it's a title fight at a bigger division. And then we were like, okay, things are getting interesting. At the end of the day, this is the fight game. Boxing is the fight game. I want to make a statement. I want to get my career going. I want to let people know, not just in Africa, people know, international people know. So I'm here to make my statement in the world of boxing. So if it's fighting Declan to get going and to beat a guy like Declan, I know it will help my career a lot. And it will get me going into bigger fights, get me into the rankings where I feel I belong. And it will also prove to myself that, David, you want to fight with world-class fighters, here we go. This is where we start, I thought for Sir Patrick, which would have been my warm-up fight, but I guess it's not meant to be that way for me.
Mm-hmm. Declan also has had 2 years out of the ring, but when you looked at his resume, like Declan has fought John O'Carroll, who went on to fight for world title. James Tennyson fought for world title, and his last fight lost to Archie Sharp, who's ranked number 2 with the WBO. Were you thinking like this is like the biggest opportunity I've had in my career so far? And what did you think about the task of beating Declan? Do you see a lot of flaws there that you can expose?
You know, I must just say one thing, and people must realize this. Declan has lost in the super featherweight division. Okay? He's now stepping up to super lightweight division. So does that really matter that he lost in the super? He's heavier now. He's coming with more power. Let him fight the same people he fought in a super lightweight division. I think things could be different. Weight in boxing counts, you know? So with that being said, I think I'll be fighting a different Declan. I think I'll be fighting a bigger, a stronger Declan. So I cannot really go on his past fight. That was a smaller 58 super featherweight Declan, you know? Now I'm fighting a bigger, you could say a more mature, bigger, stronger fighter, which, hey, come fight night, it's going to show, he's going to have to show the people that, hey, he wants the title. I've seen his interviews and stuff like that. He looks like a very awesome guy, very good whole, and he's on a mission. I'm also on a mission. So, would have that been said, I think, I'm fighting a totally different fighter to what everybody is used to. Talking about flaws and stuff, hey, everyone has their weaknesses and stuff, but me and the coach have got our game plan. We've watched the videos, we've analyzed everything, and at the end of the day, come fight night, it comes down to me, to putting down everything that we've learned, everything we've practiced, everything we have trained and studied into the fight, listening to my coach to get me that victory. I'm definitely fighting a bigger, stronger Declan. That the Archies and everyone, yes, they fought Declan, but they fought a smaller Declan. They fought a lighter Declan. I think they'll have trouble because the guy is skillful. He's a 12-time Irish amateur champion. You don't just get a 12-time champion like that. You don't get to where he got with luck. You know? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's got the skills, he's got talent at the end of the day. And I believe, I'm there to show if he can continue or not.
When fighters have had so long out of the ring with you and Declan, people would think that they haven't had that many fights to come back. It's a 12-rounder, and people would think maybe that they won't be fit enough or they won't have a big enough engine. But it seems with you, no matter what, you're always fit and you always have a big engine. And would you say that that's one thing that's always been your biggest asset, is your engine?
Yes, I think since amateurs, they used to call me a horse when I was in amateurs, the 3-round fights we had in South Africa. Because even after my 3 rounds in amateurs, that's when I was getting warmed up. Then I only had 4 pro fights. I was already fighting 12 rounders. I had my first title fight after 4 fights. So I guess I am I can do the long rounds. I enjoy being in there for a long time. When I train for 12, 24 rounds. Sometimes we do 32 rounds. We working. 6-round fights, I hate. 8-round fights, I feel they're okay. 12-round fights is my fighting style. So when I was told it's a 12-round fight, even the coach was very happy because that is my fighting style. And the coach has seen it since the first day I walked into the gym. He's seen, okay, this guy is a title fighter. He's not for 6 rounders. He can't do 6 rounders or 4 rounders. or 8 rounders. Waste of time. We need 10 rounders. We need 12 rounders. Like he said to Stephen, I think that's why also Stephen got this fight, was we had a 4-round fight scheduled for us. And my coach was like, no, David can't do 4 rounds. He's not a 4-round fighter. So for me, it's like an everyday thing. It will be my fitness. I'm ready for this. For Declan, I cannot say, you cannot never say how another fighter is and stuff like that, you know. He's definitely putting in the work. He wants this title. He's had a lot of title fights. He hasn't come lucky in them. So I'm 100% guaranteed that he wants to win a title. I watched his one interview. It's either he wins or he's going to retire. That's his story. But I'm sure he's worked hard for 12 rounds. And I've worked hard for 24 rounds. So come fight night, we're going to see who's got the gas. But one thing for sure, I believe I'm born with the gas. I'm born with the heart, the chin, with the energy to go 24 rounds even. We can go in the fight, you know. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. I hope that answered your question.
Last thing I was going to say to you was, moving up to this weight, you've won a belt at super featherweight, lightweight. Has there anything changed for you in your training moving up to this weight?
Moving up to this weight is actually for the fight. We moved up to this weight. We will sit down and see if we stay at super lightweight. Because originally, when I got to Germany, the coach, we had a look. We go through box rec to see what actually makes sense in terms of my career and everything. To go back to super featherweight was the perfect call to go back to super featherweight, to go there. Then we got this call, we'll take the fight. As I said, we'll sit down after the fight and see what we do next. It's my training weight. I've been training at this weight for 23 years. So I'm comfortable. You understand? We just worked more power, more speed, more. Yeah, it's my training weight. I was on weight to weigh in for the fight last week already. This is the weight I've been training at for the past 10 years. You understand? So it's just about getting strong. I believe really the best thing is to be very strong at the weights that you fight at. I usually fight at 61s. So I would stay at this weight and only drop 3 kgs to get to 61 and then come up to fight at my training weight, because that's where I'm at my strongest. This is where I'm throwing, we're lifting weights at this weight and everything. So, yeah, I'm very comfortable, feeling very fit. The power is increased in a big way. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to putting everything that I've learned from my new coach into practice come fight night.
Right, well, I think that's everything, David, but is there anything else that you'd like to say just before we wrap up the interview?
I'd just like to say thank you to you guys. Thank you to Stephen Shaw. Thank you to Irish Boxing Promotions for giving me this chance and getting my career back on track. Thank you for the Irish people for supporting, and I hope you guys enjoy the fight. To Declan, looking forward to stepping into the ring with you, and yeah, may the best man win. And thank you for this interview, and looking forward to giving you guys an awesome fight, and not just this fight with Declan, but many more fights for the Irish fans. And thank you very much, guys, for everything, and keep supporting. Yes,
well, look, thanks very much, David, and look, this fight is perfect as well in terms of you're fighting someone Irish, so everyone will know you when you come over to fight in Celtic Clashes. So I'm sure I will see you when you come over. So yeah, looking forward to meeting you, and yeah, best of luck with the fight.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a good evening. Thank you very much, everybody. Keep watching.
Thank you.
The next three-time division champion.